Hi, my name is Ryan Graham. I'm the captain of the Contra Costa County Fire Protection District Investigations Unit. So the fire district has an investigations unit that's a little different than most units within our district. We are comprised of full-time investigators who investigate fires within the district and sometimes even out if we're called for mutual aid. All of the investigators are sworn peace officers. So when we investigate a fire, if there's a criminal element involved in it, we'll actually follow that case from the very beginning of the initial dispatch with the crews that go out to put out the fire, to investigating how the fire started, identifying who started the fire, and ultimately following that all the way through court and hopefully to a conviction if it's a bad guy. Our role here in the fire district is to make sure that if there are bad guys out there starting fires, that we identify who they are, get them arrested and get them in jail, and ultimately get them the help they need. Other times, there isn't a reason why the fire started associated with arson. Sometimes something malfunctions, and we do our best to determine that too, and let our crews know of dangers that are out there. So you can see there's a wide variety of types of responses we have. So you see on the table here, we might be in something different times you see us. A lot of times we'll go out and we're wearing a vegetation jacket. That's the most common thing. We go out and respond to calls in because it's just so versatile. Helmet, just like a firefighter, because we're in these scenes, and the scenes are often very dangerous. Falling debris, everything's wet, very dark, very small quarters. And we have our turnout jacket, just like the firefighters, just to be safe. Other times, we're out serving search warrants, looking for the bad guy. Looking for evidence, trying to make a solid case to present to our district attorney's office. And in doing that, we have gear for that too. We have a ballistic vest, all the gear that goes with that, baton, pepper spray, radio. All the investigators are armed, and that's for the protection of you, our citizens, as well as the protection of the investigator doing these investigations. We collect evidence, a lot of evidence. That is to help secure the cases and make sure that the type of work we do is supported not only by our investigation, but by physical proof of what happened as much as possible. We have a variety of tools, wheelbarrows, sifters, shovels, analyzers for different chemicals. Most recently, we got some drones. All the investigators are licensed drone pilots, commercially licensed drone pilots, and we could fly anywhere. And we use that to survey our scenes, to get better documentation of our scenes. We could even search the interior of buildings without going into it. If a building is compromised, we could use the drone to go in and search it. You can see some other equipment we have here, lighting, trailers used for bigger incidents. You might remember several years ago, we had a very large apartment complex fire on Galindo Street in Concord. We were out there for several weeks. That's the type of call we'd bring the trailer out to. But most often, what you'll see driving around is the big truck. This is the Investigator Truck. And like I say, we have full-time investigators 24/7. They work the same shift as the firefighters. And pretty much if something's on fire, an investigator is going to try to determine the origin and cause of that fire. This truck has all the equipment that I just talked about at the table. We have a cage on the other side if we need to put somebody in there and question them, or ultimately decided that they're responsible for the fire and have to take them to jail. We're computer dispatched just like the units. We respond to the initial call and often stay throughout the initial call, the firefight, and then well after. If you look over here, this is another one of our scene trucks. It's a little different from the normal truck that I showed you in that it just carries more equipment, more tools. All the fire investigators are trained to wear SCBAs if we have to. If they're not on a full SCBA, they wear a filter, and that's for the protection of the of the Investigator. There's some really nasty stuff in these fires, and we don't want to breathe that stuff. So I want to thank you for attending the 2020 virtual open house. It's been a weird year, and I'm glad we were able to pull this off. If you want any other information, please feel free to contact us on our website at www.cccfpd.org. Thank you.